Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on today, so that also means rear view mirror.
I'm Dash, aka Dashing T, aka How is it only Wednesday?
AKA what?
How is it only Wednesday?
I was like, wait, what? That was good.
Ooh, what a week. Um, but yeah, that's me. I'm here, hanging on by a thread, but I'm here.
Hey, at least you're hanging on.
Ugh, barely.
Still counts.
This is true. Thank you for that. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into some exciting news.
Oh, is this exciting news? Okay.
I think
This
it's
is about to be an
exciting.
interesting conversation.
I think it's exciting for millennials. I think it'll be exciting. Maybe it won't be the thing that you want it to be exactly, but I think it's going to be exciting for millennials to hear this. And millennials are old enough to have children at this point. You're one of them. So I think this is such a cool thing. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's kind of one of those things that can bridge the gap between the younger generations and the older one. We
Oh,
grew up
yeah.
on Rugrats.
Yes, we did. And we about to have our first debate of the week.
Ha ha ha. Well, listen,
Let's go ahead.
we grew
Context.
up
Tell the
on
audience.
Rugrats. They've announced that there is a live action animated
Slash.
hybrid,
Yeah.
or I should say a hybrid live action animated,
CGI.
yes, CGI film. It's a film?
Yep.
Film
Going to
Rugrats.
deadline. Right. Go ahead.
Now, I like that it's a film. I will say that, but just right off the bat, because I don't think this needs to be a series. I think this could be a one and done situation. I would have even taken an hour long special on Nick. Does Nick still exist? I don't
I
even
don't
know.
know.
I don't know how that works anymore.
Don't know. Say.
Everything's so digital now, so I'm not really sure what networks are still up and running. But I think this is cool. I just think it's like a fun thing, and who didn't love Rugrats? A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Oh yeah, we're doomed.
Right.
Famous words
We're
by my
doomed.
man Chucky.
Listen, Chucky was a worrywart. Listen, I used to think that I most closely identified with Susie Carmichael. But
I can see that. I
I think,
totally understand that.
I mean, she was the only one. So, what black girl didn't identify with Susie? But also, maybe I align more with Chucky as an adult because Chucky was just so worried and so stressed all the time. Whew. And that's me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rugrats, for those who don't know, was a cartoon series about babies and their
I did not
adventures.
know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just behaving badly. Sorry.
The show came out in 1991 and ran for 9 seasons. And there was some film stuff that went along with it later on.
Oh yeah,
And
Maya and
so,
Blackstreet did the theme song for the first movie. Do 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 do
yep,
do. Yep.
yes, they did. Take me there. I want to go
Go
there.
there. Take me there. Let's go there. Just take me to that great place of wonders and wishes.
Yep,
What a time.
yep. And that was a long time ago. And I don't know who asked Paramount to do this. I don't know who thought this would be a good idea, but nobody was asking for a Rugrats live action slash CGI hybrid film. No one was asking for an animated Rugrats film. No one was asking for a Rugrats film of any kind in 2024. What are we doing?
This could have been a holiday special, honestly. It could have been an hour-long holiday special on Paramount Plus.
I don't understand why
You're gonna
we
take
have
your
to
daughter?
keep digging up the old stuff and trying to make it hot again.
Because people
It had
loved
a
it when it
great
was,
run. It
yeah.
had an amazing run. 9 seasons is forever in television.
Mhm.
Just get your residuals and keep it moving, player.
Listen,
Why do we have to just dig up the old stuff and probably ruin it?
it probably ruined it.
I mean, you
I mean,
really think
how?
this is going to be good?
I'm a little. I want to see visuals because when they say hybrid, I'm thinking that it's going to be human bodies
Yeah,
and then really large CGI heads.
possible.
That's what I'm assuming they mean by hybrid because remember, they most of them
Let's see if I can see. Let me see if there's any visuals.
most of them had these really exaggerated heads. Like the babies were pretty small in stature, but they had these really large heads. And I guess that was how they had us differentiate between the babies and the adults. The adults looked more normal, but they also like would have like their cheekbones would be exaggerated and things like that. So I'm wondering if that's where the CGI is going to come in. I don't know. Um,
No visuals yet.
I
Not in
also
this
feel,
headline article.
I also feel like it would be so much more interesting if it was fully live action, as far as costuming goes, but they probably don't have a budget for that.
Variety
Um,
says live action movie with CGI babies.
yeah, I don't really care for that. Like, I don't know, because they're walking around and talking. So why do they need to be CGI babies? I guess maybe because real babies don't walk and talk, walk around and talk. That's. I think what I said was unintelligent.
Yeah, no visuals in the variety article. So it's too soon for visuals, I suppose.
I just think this is. It kind of reminds me of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Sonic or what's another one? I don't know. These nostalgic childhood films I think are cool because again, as millennials, many of us have children at this point. Maybe even most of us have children at this point. And it's kind of a way to bridge the gap between what was then and what is now. I mean, listen, I'm the first one to say that I don't need a reboot, I don't need a refresh, I don't need a sequel, I don't need any of that. I'm always concerned. I like what I like, and I don't like being thrown off of that. But I just wonder if, like, from a generational perspective, uh, how does that work? You tell me, because you have a kid and you guys are avid moviegoers. When things like this come up, is it like, ooh, let me show you what I used to be into as a kid, or is it more of like not even interested?
It depends on what it is and how does it look. Like I took her to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon and she loved it. The
Mm,
last film they had, it was animated in this weird style. They had all these funky, cool hip hop songs incorporated in the soundtrack. She saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff before years
mm,
ago when she was a little kid because that was like a big thing at one point.
mm,
So we did it. But there's other stuff from my past that I've showed her. Like my kid watches Hey Arnold, but it's because it's a classic show and maybe she even knows Rugrats. But I feel like my sister showed it to her. But I'm not just gonna be like, let's go see this movie that you don't know shit about, unless it looks
right.
really good. Like we
Yeah.
saw the first two Sonic movies, and we'll probably see the third one, but because it looked good, not because like, oh, I've got to force feed you this thing from my past.
Well, I guess I don't mean force feed when I say it. I just mean like it's Listen, if I was on the marketing team, that would probably be one of my angles. Is that it's something that you can take your kids to and you can love it too, because that's
If they
just
do it right, maybe. But I just feel like
sure. But
just
we
leave
don't
it.
know.
Like you don't see Hey Arnold trying to make a comeback.
Now, Hey Arnold
You don't
live
see
action
Cat
would
Dog trying
be
to make a comeback, and Cat Dog was my shit.
those in live action would be fascinating. I would love to see Doug. I was a Doug fan. Were you a Doug fan?
It was alright.
I loved Doug. I loved Recess was great.
Recess, you see,
Pepper
Recess
Ann.
is classic, right? But my point
Pepper
is,
Ann should be live action.
Recess could also be very easily live action.
Right, that's true. I agree with that. Both of them.
The
Very,
point
very
is, it had a great run. Leave it great.
yeah. You're
And
right.
speaking of great runs, I fear that the Fugees has completely come to an end.
Ooh,
After
la, la,
25
la.
years of greatness, there's a new development in the land of the Fugees.
Ooh, la, 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 la. Her next tour is gonna be alone. Or I guess with her son or her daughter.
Or not at all.
Well,
This article is from The Guardian, and it says here Lauryn Hill sued by Fuji's co-member Pras Michael. Michael.
Michelle?
Michelle.
Michelle.
Michael.
I think it's
Michael. Y'all know who
Michelle.
Pras is. Who gives a
Is
fuck
he?
what his last name is?
He's oh
Over failed tour. It
right.
says here, Lauryn Hill is being sued by her Fuji's co-member, Pras, for fraud and breach of contract. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Blow away this. You gotta do the Lil Wayne dance now. How could you listen to a song and not do the Lil Wayne dance?
Pras, who co-founded the Fugees, claims that the singer's arrogance and narcissistic tendencies helped to sabotage their canceled comeback tour. In a lawsuit filed in New York and obtained by Variety, the complaint. Should I wait till the ice cream truck is gone?
No, because it might not be going for a while.
All right. Um, the complaint claims that the 2023 tour would have been a quote huge commercial success given advanced sales, but Hill controlled the tour budget, which was quote bloated with unnecessary and most likely fictitious expenses.
Oh,
Hill is described as using quote veiled and deviant. Oh, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hill is described as using it as a quote veiled and devious attempt to make money for herself, refusing an audit.
oh, did she have problems like that before? She should. Never mind. None of my
In
business.
November 2023, some of the dates had been postponed due to Hill's quote serious vocal strain. And then a 2024 tour was aborted due to quote gross management. The lawsuit claims that the Fugees had been offered. Damn, Fugees is getting money. Had been offered. I had to make sure. I had to get real close, like your man Keith Lee. Right,
Let's try it and rate it one
right,
through ten.
right. The lawsuit also claims that the Fugees had been offered $5 million to play Coachella, but
Oh,
Hill turned it down when she realized they would not be at the top of the bill.
but you're not gonna be. I hate when they make me do this because I like them.
Hill's at quote Hill's arrogance was again demonstrated when she unilaterally rejected a $5 million offer to play Coachella. The reason was that her ego was bruised since the group no doubt would be receiving the top billing over the Fugees the night of their show. Hill never told Pras about the offer that she had rejected it, or that she had rejected it. Pras only learned about it when it was too late after Hill, in an astonishing display of hubris, asked Pras if he would agree to perform a new Fuji song for free as the opening act for her son YG Marley, who was slated to perform at the same Coachella festival.
These roses are catching a
Oh shit!
fire. Ha 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 ha. Lauren,
All right,
Lauren,
last thing,
Lauren.
last thing. Pras claims that Hill pitched the reunion as her solo tour failed, and she needed the other two members, also including Wyclef Jean, to increase ticket sales. The complaint claims she, quote, realized that the only chance she had for her to perform at arena-sized venues and feed her insatiable ego would be to reunite.
Lauren. Lauren. You really turned down Coachella because they didn't put y'all at the top. Now see, one
The
album
article, the
25 years.
article is foul. I kept scrolling just to see if there was anything important, and it says this week Hill allegedly showed up at 3 a.m. for a set in Nairobi after she was supposed to perform at 8 p.m. Yo, 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. is a wild difference.
And why are people still standing there? Wasn't the venue closed? But
It's probably some all-night thing, but
now, Lauren, allegedly,
oh,
why did
Lauryn Hill
you?
also responded to the lawsuit.
Oh, what she said. I think I read it, but please do share.
In a Wednesday afternoon statement, Hill said Pras' lawsuit was, quote, baseless and is a false and and is full of false claims and unwarranted attacks. She added the lawsuit omits an advance payment Pras received to handle his legal troubles. Quote, I was not in Pras' life when he decided to make the unfortunate decision that led to his current legal troubles, Hill said. Quote, I did not advise that he make that decision and therefore am in no way responsible for his decision and its consequences, though I have taken it upon myself to help. Despite his attacks, I am still compassionate and hope things work out for him.
Lauren, Lauren, allegedly, Lauren. But why would you? Why would she think? Let me not talk to her directly because this is more about Prize than it is about her. But why, if that's true, it's alleged.
Oh,
But
I still need these.
why would she? Why would she think that she would be her and the Fugees would be top billing at Coachella? I would have been surprised to have been invited. And and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I think we know what time it is when we talking about certain festivals and whatnot. I think it's pretty clear. Like, this wasn't Roots Picnic. This wasn't Made in America. This
Which
was
no longer
Coachella.
exists.
Yeah, I don't know. That came and went. Um, this isn't Dreamville Fest. This is in Broccoli Fest. These are all festivals I would love to either return to or attend. I'm not knocking these festivals. What I'm saying is you also got to know the audience and you got to know who you're dealing with too, like who's putting this on. And
Correct.
I would be shocked. I would be floored to find out that Lauryn Hill and the Fugees were top billing at Coachella. One album,
Right.
one solo album don't get you top billing at Coachella. 25 years ago.
Who's
Like
that?
maybe if one album came out this time, you know?
Yes. You said in billing, and a lyric flew through my head. It was Nas. He said 100 million in billing, they helped blow us up.
Well, not in this case.
No, I know, but when you said that, that's just The
I'm
way
just
my musical brain
silly.
works.
But Lauren, girl, what's the meaning of this? Also, Pras, oof.
That's
Listen,
where I was about to go. Like, Pras, you sure you should be doing this?
because Pras, Pras is looking for a lifeline. That's what that sounds like. Now they need to. I feel like they should just handle their business privately. Like, we understand
Public's
the group
public
is
now.
done. The group is done. Okay, the group is over. Been over.
Sorry, White Flag.
Wyclef gonna be fine. They still gonna invite Wyclef all over the world to sing his to sing his song.
Wyclef is the real victim here.
Listen, Wyclef be at New Year's Rockin' Eve, still calling
Wyclef,
911.
oh man, I was about to say just that. I'm mad you did it. I'm about to say Wyclef is somewhere right now, like, someone please call 911.
Exactly. Like Wyclef don't care what y'all
Tell
doing.
them that my group just split.
Wyclef is basically is Haitian royalty. Like Wyclef is like, I'm good. I'm fine. Please,
Yeah, he's cool.
let me go to Europe.
He's somewhere going, Shakira, Shakira.
Shakira, Shakira. Listen. Oh, what was the City High song? Didn't he play guitar on that too? What would you
I
do if
don't,
your son was at home? Oh
I
my
don't know
god.
if we're allowed to talk about City High.
Let's move on
Yeah. All right. Well,
to someone we can sort of talk about.
it's time. I told y'all that at some point Jonathan Majors would be back. And ladies and gentlemen, that time has come.
And here I was thinking that he was gonna be back for your biopic.
They don't even know. We haven't even released that
They
content
don't
yet.
know yet. They'll see it. They'll see it
Soon.
soon, but but stay tuned because JD's by JD can't even say it.
Let them see it when the time comes. So, um, you good?
That
You
was
straight?
just the most bizarre thing I've heard in a long time. It's like, are you fucking with me?
Yeah, why not? You know what I'm
Anyway.
saying? Through the fire.
Did I
Um,
wall?
I love you. I love you more so much, so much.
Through the fire.
Through the fire. Anyway, all right, enough of that. All right. So, once upon a time, Jonathan Majors was said to be in a film and the star of a film called Magazine Dreams.
I remember this.
And so I'll be honest, I don't even remember this. I'm not gonna say never. I just don't remember. But here's
I
what we
will
got.
never say never.
Yeah. All right. It says here Jonathan Majors' highly anticipated drama Magazine Dreams is finally heading to theaters after being shelved for some time. Briarcliff Entertainment has officially acquired the domestic distribution rights and plans to release the film in early 2025.
Okay.
Directed by Elijah Bynum in his feature debut. Magazine Dreams premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, where Majors delivered an intense performance as Killian Maddox, an aspiring bodybuilder.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
there's
why
a here.
everybody's all naked on the cover of the thing.
Correct. The role required Majors to undergo an intense physical transformation, including consuming over 6,000 calories a day and rigorous training for months. My guess is this was around the same time he did Creed 2.
That would make sense because he's all
Yes.
chiseled and whatnot,
Rip chiseled, buff, and cut.
looking like an action figure.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. So good for him.
I want to see, can I find any other info on this film? Go ahead, you talk.
He should get some more. He should get some more work under his belt before he does your biopic.
Yep.
But because you need that to be, solid. Now, as far as this goes, with him, I guess rejoining the actors workforce over there. Good for him. I mean, listen, what happened happened, and I'm all for when people do heinous things to put them under the jail, and whatever happens to them happens to them. But I do think that with I was about to say Michael B. Jordan, with Jonathan Majors, I think it's either happening or it's not, and I feel like at this point the thing happened, it's over with, it's been dealt with, it's been acknowledged, and maybe there is a world where people do get to have a comeback story, or I should say more people, because some people do, and not as many as maybe the fans would like, or not as many as they would like, but maybe this will be his comeback, like the beginning of his comeback. Like, I don't know if he'll ever be the star that we thought he was going to be,
Right.
because I think that these things that happen do put a stain on your career. But I also think that there is room for redemption. And I think that this is a good start. Um,
Yeah.
I'll check out the film. Um, now,
Oh, Hollywood Reporter says some interesting things.
what did they say?
It says writer director Elijah Bynum's magazine Dreams bowed at Sundance in 2023 to rave reviews for Jonathan Majors' performance as amateur bodybuilder Killian Maddox, with the actor earning early awards buzz.
Okay.
But that's before everything hit the fan.
Yeah.
Disney-owned Searchlight acquired the project after a bidding war, but ultimately dropped the movie after Majors was convicted of, you know what?
Mhm.
Searchlight returned the film to producers and allowed them to shop it. And Majors, well, we know what happened with Majors. He spent 18 months training for the role. Oh, and I said Creed 2, it's Creed 3. I'm sorry.
I know what you meant.
Um, it says it's an all-in performance for the ages, layered with as much vulnerability as anger. And it's to Major's credit that our hearts ache for Killian, even or perhaps especially when he's out of control, wrote the Hollywood Reporter chief film critic David Rooney in his review. Quote, Majors and writer-director Elijah Bynum managed the considerable feat of making us fear more for the intimidating colossus than the quivering employer he's standing over.
Okay. Well, listen.
So
Good for him. You gonna see it?
I would like to see a trailer before I commit to that, but I mean, it sounds like he did an amazing job. And I don't see a trailer, but let me see if I can find one. Um, no, there's no trailer. Maybe Daily Motion put out a trailer in September 2023.
um,
Whatever, we'll report back. But the point is, I haven't seen a trailer, so I don't want to commit. But it sounds like he did an amazing performance. If this is the same time frame as when he was training for Creed 3, that would make a lot of sense. We know
mhm.
he was looking like he was chiseled by the gods, and so I got that from my uncle. He said he always used to say that's how he wanted his body to look. He used to say, "You see me? I'm trying to be looking like I'm chiseled by the gods."
I mean, that's a good line, but it also made me think of chiseled white bodies. That's why I smiled.
Chiseled white bodies, exactly. But this is the opposite. This is a chiseled melanated body.
Ooh, and I love me a chiseled melanated body.
And so maybe you'll love to see this too. And so, yeah, I mean, the premise of the movie sounds interesting. It sounds like it was doing a spectacular job in all the film festival stuff. But if you know me, I don't like watching the films that do well at these festivals because usually when they come out in theaters.
It's not always that way, though. All right, well.
So we'll see. Once I see a trailer, I will say yay or nay. But so far, my interest is piqued.
Hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, I said I would see it.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I said I was. I mean, I'm curious. I think he's a great actor. I
Yeah,
don't.
I agree.
That's not a question for me. I would prefer to see the Rodman film, but
Yeah,
I was really looking forward to that.
same. I tell you, I'm still waiting for the day he comes out and says, "I've been in character this whole
Whole
time."
time, yeah. I mean, that would be great. But
But
I
he just
was
gotta
really
he
looking
just gotta
forward to
start
that.
like spray painting his hair colors and stuff. He gotta show up for like this theater release premiere. He gotta be on the red carpet with like a wedding dress and a spray painted head.
Yeah, I love the actors who get
And
so
a white
many.
woman. You gotta show up with a white woman. Then I really know for sure you're in character. That's not what happened with Rodman? I'm wrong?
Maybe that's why every time I look at this Dennis Rodman T-shirt to buy it, I think to myself, "Never mind,
Honestly, never mind.
never mind." And on that note, this has been Weeknights, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.